Welcome to another episode of Healed People, Healing People. I have our beautiful guest right here, Mia Donnigan. She is going to give us a beautiful testimony and also elaborate on her field where she works at. And how are you doing today?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm trying to behave. So, can you tell me your healing journey started and what motivates you to share with healed people, healing people?
So my healing journey started many, many moons ago. I just love people, and so anything that I can do to help better them, to help give them an example of, even though you may be going through, you're going to come out. You're going to come out on the other side. And I want to be that example of God can take any old body and use them to bless
Amen.
others. And I feel like that I'm one of those people. One of the instruments that he uses to speak life into others and encourage others that need encouragement. And then, sometimes me encouraging somebody else allows me to also encourage myself. So it's a kind of a twofold thing. But
Gotcha.
Yes.
So, what moment made you realize your story needed to be told?
Ooh. When you asked me to participate,
Mm-hmm.
that was about when I was like, okay, Lord, okay, I guess it's time.
He was like, now you got to talk about it.
Right. But honestly, when you brought this initiative to me, I was like, oh, this is awesome. We need this. People need to hear this. People need to see, people that look like them. Mm-hmm. People that are in church, very visible in church, but are still going through things, still have to experience life. Yeah. And go through life when life be lifing. And figure out
that one right there is good.
And figure out how to, maneuver and navigate through those waters. Because sometimes those are some deep waters. And we get as high as waist deep and got to figure out, how do I get out of this? How do I pull myself out? How do I swim out without drowning? So definitely this is necessary. And I'm so excited to be a part of it.
And I'm so happy you came because I just wanted to, ignite people, letting them know that they're not alone.
Right.
So
definitely,
this is not mine. I correct myself all the time and say, this is not my podcast. It's God's podcast that He allowed me to, babysit for right now. So what was the moment when you sensed something shift deeply in you?
I think, so I've been in church all my life. Church kid, grew up in church, did all the things, ushered, singing in the choir, was a trustee, grew up Baptist, so was a trustee, all the things, Sunday school teacher, did all the things. But it wasn't until I became an adult, doing adult things. Adulting is ghetto, by the way. And realized that it is, listen, and realized that some of the life experiences that I have experienced at only 43, there are people that are 70, 80, 90 years old that have never experienced those type of things. Tragedy, death, parents dying, family kind of being separated, and a division and a divide, and still getting up and smiling every day. Still getting up and going to work and helping the population that I help every day. I am the director of social services for a geriatric skilled nursing facility. So I deal with people that are 50 plus, that are going through life experiences, have been in motor vehicle accidents, have had strokes, and are dealing with dementia. All the things that, the older population has to go through now. And a lot of these things we didn't see as kids. Like, my grandparents, they didn't know nothing about dementia. You'd always hear about old timers. Yeah. But we really didn't know what it was because we didn't really see it. So to be able to work with that population is amazing. And to be able to be a conduit for those families that are maneuvering this for the first time and don't understand, like, mom's been this, she's been our hope all our lives, and now she's down. Yeah. And we're trying to figure out how to get through this. Because she's been our one, our go-to for everything, and now we can't rely on her for that. So now we got to step up to the plate and be that for her. Be her one. Be her voice when she can't speak. Be her eyes when she can't see. Be her ears when she can't hear. Yeah. So I love working with that population every day.
So how did the shift feel Were you afraid, relieved, unsure?
A little bit of all of that, I think. It kind of happened in different stages. You know, I'm a person that always takes on a project or a situation head on. And then I get in the middle and be like, ooh, Lord, was this really you talking, or was this me jumping the gun and not really praying about it? But he always gives me peace. He always gives me revelation to say, hey, even though I may not have told you to get in this, you tiptoed on in there by yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to be with you all the way through it.
Amen.
We're going to see it through to the end. We might be in a storm now, but we're coming out of that storm.
Oof.
And we're going to get to the other side.
Yeah.
And the other side is going to be peaceful. The other side is going to be joy. It's going to be all the things until we get to the next storm. Because, you know, once we come out of one, there's another one coming. But we're stronger. And we're able to be more prepared for the next one.
Ooh, that's a gem right there.
Mm-hmm.
So what were the daily challenge, like physical, emotional, spiritual, that you faced it?
Opposition. And I think we all face that in life in some way, shape, or form. But opposition, a lot of the people that I work with, their families aren't spiritual. They're not religious. They're not in church. They don't have a prayer life. They don't have a time that they set aside just to talk to God. So when I come across those families, you know, I never want to shove Jesus down their throat. But, you know, you say little certain things. God's going to fix it for you. He sees what you're going through. I'm going to pray for you, because I pray for every resident, honey. Everyone that comes in that building, I say a prayer for them. If it's nothing more than God touch their situation, give them blood covering as they go through. Because, you know, sometimes those family members, they don't make it out. They're going home to glory. They sleep on over to glory. And so then the families are dealing with grief. And grief is a heavy thing. You know, it's tricky. You never know when it's going to hit. You never know how it's going to hit. And for me, a lot of times it'll be a song I hear. Or I'll see a vehicle. My daddy was a big car guy. So I'll see a certain type of vehicle and like, oh, that reminds me of my dad. And then you get into this little slump real quick. But I'd be like, ooh, girl, pull yourself out, because you got to go to work. You got to go help these people. So, you know, I never let the opposition or those heavy days dictate how I treat others. I believe in leaving that in the car. And as soon as I hit that front door, it's business as usual. Let's get this money and let's go help these people.
Yeah. A lot of people need to learn that. They really take that, especially working in that field a couple of years ago. They would take whatever they're going through and mistreat some of the patients. So I appreciate you thinking like that. So what is a difficult day look like during that time?
Days when there's a lot of chaos. It doesn't feel like everybody's on the same page. You know, you're kind of fighting against people that are supposed to be on the same team as you. And so you got to, and I know you probably know very well about that. Sometimes it's hard to work for somebody else. And I believe one day the Lord's going to let me work for myself, and I'm going to be the owner, and I'm going to do things how I feel they should be done. But it's coming. It's coming.
Can I get a job? That's all I'm
Listen,
saying.
I got you. Listen, I got you. But no, seriously, on those days when it feels like we're all just bumping heads, sometimes I just got to step back. Go in my office, close the door, put on my little worship music, and just focus in on the task of the day. Whatever's happening outside the door, it's going to have to be there when I leave at 4 o'clock. When I hit that time clock, whatever they got going on, I'm going to get in my car. Because your day is supposed to be peaceful. How are we supposed to help others if we can't even get ourselves together and get in line and get on the same page? Because we all got the same goal, to have these residents have the best treatment possible. And if we're not all aligned with that same goal, then we're never going to get anywhere. There's going to always be chaos. It's going to always be confusion. It's going to always be division. And a group can't work if there's division. You know, people say there's no I in team. Yeah. That's true. It is a cliche, but it is definitely true. If the team is not aligned together, even if you have difference of opinions, but the same common goal, then it can work. Because you got your way of doing it and I got my style of doing it. You might not ever say, Lord, help me. Lord, do it throughout the day. But, honey, I'm saying it every time I walk in a room. Every time I answer the phone. Lord, guide my words. Lord, guide my hands. Lord, guide my feet. And tell me what to say or how to interact with these residents and their families.
And just to piggyback on what you're saying as well, I feel like if you love what you do,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to treat people better.
Definitely, because it's not a job. It's your passion. This is my career. I went to school to be a social worker because I wanted to be able to help people. I wanted to be their voice for the people that didn't have a voice. I started out working in social services, so I dealt with the children, I dealt with the adults, and everything in between. And now I'm in the geriatric population, and so, I live for days like this. I love little old people. I do. I probably hang around more little old people than I do people my own age because I just love them because they have so many gems, so wise, and so many gems to give to you, so many life experiences that they can tell you about, and you should learn from those life experiences. Even if you never experienced that in your lifetime, you still have that little nugget in the back of your head. Oh, sister so and so told me this, and this is probably how she would have handled it. Just those things that you glean from them and can carry with you for the rest of your life. Okay, all right. I can talk about that all day, honey.
In your waiting season, what anchored your faith? Was it a scripture, a prayer, a song?
All of the above. So my waiting season. My most recent waiting season, I think, was before I met my husband. I had gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I'm not doing this dating thing anymore. I'm just going to be a cat lady. Because
this cat lady.
dating is, it was not for me because people are weird and ew, and I was like, oh, this is not where it's at. So I'm going to just go to church, go to work, and get some cats. I don't even like cats, but I'm going to be a cat lady. I don't like them. But, so I finally gave it all over to God because, I kept trying to make the decision, and I tried to be the one to be the matchmaker for myself when all along I was supposed to be waiting and allowing the Lord to send him to me. Okay, it was a couple of duds in there before I finally figured that out and let the Lord do what he needed to do. But in my waiting, I was definitely in my word. Definitely music. Music is my heart. Music is my other life passion. So any song that I could sing or can sing, I was doing it.
Oh, you can sing.
I do all right. Thank you, Jesus. But
I love the humbleness. There's a lot of people in the church that not really humble, but you're humble. And I'm telling you, I love your voice. I love to hear you sing. You bring what they say to the third heavens. I love it.
I remember all that. But thank you, Jesus.
So can you recall a time when you those anchors carried your thoughts? So elaborate on it.
So I think if you have a relationship and you spend time talking to God, reading his word, just kind of sitting and listening, that's where your anchor comes from. And, an anchor is something that you throw down to keep you steady. An anchor is something you throw in the water because you don't want your boat to move. Even when it's raging waters, you throw the anchor and your boat not going nowhere. It might shift, it might rock a little bit, but you're never going to sink. You're never going to go down. You're never going to drown. Because you have that anchor that you're standing on. It may not be a firm foundation, but with the anchor, and I might not be saying this right, but the anchor is what holds you. The anchor is what keeps you. The anchor is what guides you as you're going through and navigating through life. And so, definitely word, definitely scripture. That's what gets us through. That's what gets me through. And then being able to talk to other people. Sometimes you got to talk it out. You got to get with your prayer partner, your good girlfriend. Sometimes even a stranger. Honey, I don't know a stranger because I talk to everybody. My husband's like, why are you talking? We can't go in the grocery store because I'm going to find somebody to talk to. And he'd be like, come on, babe, come on. I just said, talk to like, see how she was doing. But sometimes you just got to talk it out. And you can get the opinions of others, and then you just got to kind of pick through and decide what you're going to take for yourself and throw away, eat the meat, throw the bones away. Yeah, so definitely that's something that I hold to daily in every situation. Daily. That's what keeps me and allows me to go through to the next day. Because honey, at any time I could crumble.
Oh,
At any time, I
say
can give it all up.
again.
You know how they say you threw in the towel and the guy threw it right back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's done that quite a few times. Because, I tried to, this ain't
I
for
think
me.
he was playing baseball with me.
Baby.
Okay. He was like, you got one more time,
Right.
Trish. You got one more. I ain't going to let you do it, but one more.
One more time.
So, your walk, what was your pivoted moment and turning point when you realized healing was underway? And how did you touch with your emotions and your spiritual side?
So, my turning point was when I realized that things that used to hurt me didn't hurt me anymore.
Mm.
Things that used to get a rise out of me didn't get any type of action, reaction, get back, lick back, none of that. Clap back, none of that. Those things did not.
No petty baddie.
No, none of that. Those things didn't affect me anymore, and I was able to smile through them. Things that I used to cry through, things that I used to want to fight through. I've never been a fighter, but certain situations or things come about, and you're like, oh, okay, ready to put my hands up, ready to throw some hands. Those situations don't bother me anymore. And I knew that was nothing but growth in God.
Yes.
Because I couldn't do it by myself. We can't do it by ourselves. We have to lean on Him heavily. We have to give it to Him.
I gotta talk to Him
completely.
every 2 minutes.
Baby, sometimes.
Because I be like, these people be trying
Yeah, sometimes
me.
every walk during the day, Lord, go before me. Lord, fix these people's faces so that when I walk in, their face not wrong and my attitude don't change.
And the other thing I don't like, because a lot of people know I'm Christian, or I don't really say it. Certain people just say, "Oh, you're just humble and nice and stuff like that." But the ones who know I'm a Christian and they hear my music, they were like, when they throw that little stone, they be like, "But you're supposed to be a Christian." And I'm like, "Well,
yeah, honey, they're gonna try you, and they're supposed to. I mean, we're no better than anybody else. They tried God." Put him up on the cross for a crime he didn't commit. So we're no better than him.
Yeah.
But the caveat to that is we know how to deal with it. He's equipped us to know how to deal with it. Like I said, I never go into work talking about Jesus this, Jesus that. It's the light that I exude that people are able to recognize. Oh, she a little different. The people come in, they have little conversations, they cussing and doing this, that, and the third, and I ain't said nothing. Oh, she a little different. Oh, something's different about her. She walked differently. She talked differently. She carried herself differently. She looked, even the way I look. I take time to put my little pieces together in the morning. Because I don't want to look no type of way. I want to look put together.
We got to represent Jesus.
Yes, but also represent myself. Represent my family.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, we are a direct reflection of each other.
Yeah.
I won't let my husband walk in the house looking any kind of way, so I'm going to do the same.
Amen.
And the same thing goes as far as our spiritual walk. I won't let his spiritual walk drift or go any certain type of way that it shouldn't. And I want my saying to line up. Because how can two walk together except they agree? He can't be on it, and I'm over here.
Right there now.
I'm over here, gone completely left, and he's trying to walk the straight and narrow path. Sometimes we have to realize that we got to let people go. When they're pulling us away from that straight, and we're not going to completely be straight. It's not going to be a perfect walk. It's going to be a little zigzagging in there, but that's okay. But we have to get rid of those people that are completely trying to pull us all the way off the road, trying to pull us all the way back into some mess, or into some mess that don't have nothing to do with us. We have to make sure we stay away from those. Sometimes they look like family. Sometimes they look like us. We might have the same face because we got the same mom and daddy. Sometimes we sit beside them in church. Sometimes we even are serving in the choir with them. So we just have to make sure that we are mindful of who we are and how others are seeing us.
So as a social worker, how is your personal healing journey influenced you, and how did it show up for clients going through the same hardship?
Definitely experience has taught me how to deal with certain situations. Grief is always a good example. I dealt with grief. Both of my parents passed away early in life. I'm only 43. They both already slept away. So when people pass away at the job and the families are just completely distraught, as they should be, but unable to really figure out what's their next. I know kind of, how what next should look like. And so I'm able to help them make preparations for their family member, figure out how to, their personal effects and things like get their business in order to be able to not have anything outstanding after the loved one has passed away. And those were things that I had to figure out. I'm the oldest of my parents' children, so some of those things I had to figure out how to navigate through and put one after two after three, because at first it was hard because one was coming after 12 and
and rapidly.
Yeah, rapidly, and it didn't make sense to me. And so definitely staying prayed up, staying connected. There was a time I was like, I'm not going to church no more. Like, why, and we question God. We do. That certain situations arise and we're like, for real, God? Like, this is what you thought I was able to handle? You thought I was strong enough for this? This right here? And through those times, we're really able to see how strong we are. We're really able to see who we are in Him. We're really able to see how well He has equipped us. And those are the ways that we're able to help others. Nobody really wants to go through something to be able to help somebody else. But we do it.
Yeah.
And then we can consider ourselves expert on the matter.
Yeah.
So when somebody else comes and asks you, you know what to tell them and how to direct them on, this is what I had to do and you should probably do it this way or start here. And if that doesn't work, let's come back and try again.
Yeah.
And just, give them, I guess, encouragement and some direction. I think is a good word.
I like that.
Direction.
I like that.
So everybody needs a little direction sometimes.
Yeah. Especially me, man. We ain't talking about that right now. So do you see pieces of yourself with the people you serve?
Definitely. When I go in the morning and go and check on my little people, it's good morning, sugar. How you doing today, beautiful? You're looking good today. Just dropping encouragement. Encouragement goes so far with people that are going through, that don't want to be encouraged, aren't feeling encouraged. Why am I in this building? Why am I not at my house? Why am I having to do this? Why are you coming in here asking me questions again? Like, just lighten the mood. And just let them know that you care. Yeah, I'm coming in here to do my job, but I also care about how you're feeling. I'm also caring about, how was your food today? Was it nasty? Can we get you something else? Was it something you didn't necessarily care for? Those are the things that help them to kind of just feel like they're regular people and not just a patient.
And I'm sorry to interrupt. You do that as well in church. Because it's been plenty of times I've been down and out and try to cover it up and it doesn't cover up. But when I can cover it up, you come and say a nice word or something just to brighten up my day. So it's something that God bless you, and I hope that will never change and He won't take it away, because it's a blessing that we have people like that in the church. And,
Definitely.
And you're not like, oh, so what happened? You be like, baby, I'm praying for you. Or you just smile and say, tighten up, Trish. And I'll be like, okay. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I really do. So can you share an example from your work that bridge hope and healing for someone else?
So we've been dealing with a lot of negative publicity in the community. Just, people get to talking and rumors spread, and this one talked to this one and this one talked to that one. And in the midst of all of that, I've stayed anchored. I've stayed neutral. Family come in and they want to talk, da-da-da-da-da happen, and somebody else comes in, da-da-da-da. Yeah, but let's talk about your resident. Let's talk about how they're doing. How's their care going? What can we do to make their stay here better? And I think I said this before. Even if chaos is happening, you don't have to be a part of it. You do not have to entertain it. You ain't got to jump in and give your 2 cents. You ain't got to take notes to run back and tell somebody else. And that is what people will pay attention to. that shows how strong you are, how mature you are. And, I think we should be like that in every situation, not just at work, but life situations.
Mm-hmm.
Even when your family is going through stuff, and everybody's family goes through stuff, but we got to stay neutral. Yeah, we got to be that common denominator that everybody can come to and not feel like they don't have an outlet. They don't have somebody that they can confide in. And I like to be that person.
I love it. I love it. So, do you see pieces of yourself while you serving?
Yeah, definitely. There's never a day you're not going to find me singing or humming. Sometimes I don't even realize it. And sometimes I can get the little residents to join in, depending on who it is. And, just a little Jesus Loves Me or something silly like that. And then also, I always say social work is a thankless job. Because we're not always going to get a thank you, and I don't do it for the thank you. But all those times when the family members come back and was like, thank you so much for what you did for my mother. Oh, I brought you this gift because you were so good to us while we were here. Mom asked about you yesterday. She's home and she's doing wonderful. Those are the things I like to hear on a daily basis. Those are the things that keep me coming back and feeling like that I have accomplished something and made an impact on somebody. And that at the end of the day, that's all I want to do. I want to be a positive impact on somebody's life.
And I love that you said that because I'm about to ask you about that. How do the encounter impact your personally?
Definitely. Those encounters, I carry my residents with me. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Especially the ones that, I get real close to and get real close to their families. I carry them with me and I pray for them all the time. And I'm checking on them and, I'm going in and getting them together when they not doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
Because they do. I carry them in my heart. I carry them in my spirit. And, I think that's just me naturally. I've been like that all my life. Even as a child. You know how they say you got an old soul?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had an old soul all my life. So,
that's why I think we close.
Yeah, things that most kids weren't worried about. Oh, I was worried about
Mm-hmm.
things that most kids didn't do. I was doing it. In the kitchen cooking with my grandmother and with my mother, snapping green beans on the front porch, like stuff like that. I enjoyed doing those things that were considered old, and that kids wouldn't do. I wasn't a kid that went out and played in the dirt and in the mud. I'm too cute for that. I can't get dirty.
I love it.
So I was in the house reading a book. Like I was a bookworm. So just growing up and experiencing life has definitely molded me to where I am now.
I love that. So in areas of deep trauma you encountered in your work, how did you practically lean on your faith to respond in compassion?
Like I said, sometimes I got to go in that office, close the door, and I've had to cry it out and pray through it. I've had to yell it out and pray through it. Sometimes I've had to turn some stuff over on my desk and pray through it.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely talking to God, keeping Him at the center of every conversation, every situation, whether good, bad, or indifferent. As long as you keep Him at the center, and sometimes you got to go as far as to keep Him all the way up in the front. And while the other stuff is going on in the back, as long as He is at the front and at the center and at the forefront of it all, He's going to make it through.
Yep. Amen. So how was trusting God timing shape your understanding on both of your own healing and your professional calling?
I'm a firm believer that God's timing is always right. Even though sometimes we might want it to happen quicker than it did, or we might not understand why it took so long, we got to trust that he already had it all figured out, and He does. He already has that all figured out, and the life experiences and work experiences that we go through are part of His plan. They're to make us stronger. They're to make us wiser, of course, because we should be learning something. Every situation is a learning situation. Whether you're just learning how to tie your shoe because you didn't know how to do it before, or if you're learning how to navigate through losing a family member and you've never had to do that before, or whether you're learning how to be on a new diet. Now you got to stop eating all the sugar. So now you got to figure out how to get rid of the sugar. So, you know, every situation, even this, learning how to sit here and talk to you and answer these questions, honey, I like to be behind the camera. You know, I'm the one that's going to set it up. I'll set up the whole program for you. I ain't got to be on the program. So definitely, this is a learning out of my comfort zone for me, but I've enjoyed it so much.
And people don't believe me, but I'm super shy.
No.
So this was kind of like when he gave it to me the beginning of last year, I was like, he ain't talking to me. Until he got to talk to me and fuss and threaten me. And I was like, okay, God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But there. God, you know I cannot talk in front of people. Like right now, I'm nervous right now. I think I'm sweating my eyeballs off. But it is just something. And that's how I knew it was God, because it was out of my comfort zone.
Yes, and I'm so proud of you. Like, I haven't been here for the whole process, but what I have seen is amazing, and I'm very proud of you for taking a leap. And definitely, this is a leap. Because anytime you do anything out of your comfort zone, it is a leap. And you got to be leaping with Jesus. You can't leap by yourself.
Yeah, because I was telling that, because, you know, we're doing a women's retreat, and I can't wait till we go. And I was telling Kendra, that's our praise leader, I was like, I'm really shy. And I don't know if I told you or someone else, and I said, I don't think I want to be on praise scene no more. Yeah, I was like, no, you're going to do it. And you're going to sing, and you're going to be happy.
And it was me. It was.
It wasn't.
It was.
But I love it, and I appreciate everything you do for the church, and you're a gem.
Oh,
you're a gem. Like, she sneaked that unsung hero on me, but they needed to sneak that on you, because you are precious in his sight. And I'm just so happy for you and your husband. Y'all just like my world when I see y'all. Yes. He's just silly as me. I love it. So are there values or tradition from your home life that serve as a pillar in your faith and social work ethics?
Definitely. My house is my safe haven. My house is my peace. My house is my calm place. You know, my place away from all of the noise, all of the chaos, all of the things. And I try to bring that into work as well. My office is a safe place. There's a picture on our wall, or it might be, I can't remember if it's on the wall, but it says this is a safe place. Anything said between these walls stays in these walls. Because I want people to feel like they can come in and talk to me about anything. You need to come in an event, come on in, sit on the couch, let us know what's going on, and then hopefully you feel better going about your day, and whatever was said there stays there. And that's how my house is. People come to my house all the time. They're like, oh, your house is so peaceful, it's so calm, because that's how I want life to be. You know, we can't avoid going through hectic situations. Can't avoid going through traffic when there's been a car accident 2 miles up and we're trying to get somewhere. We can't avoid that.
We can't.
But we also can't spaz out. We can't flip no cars over to get through it.
Jesus.
Either we got a detour or we got to sit there and wait it out and pray that our car is not on E, and mine has a tendency to be on E. So I'm going to find a detour. But, you know, we have to be, live the life that we want others to see us live. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes good sense, and I love it.
Yeah.
Because that's why I think God had gave this podcast to me, because I want other people, as well as the seasoned or the young babies, to understand that you're not the only one going through this. Mm-hmm. We're just not going to get you saved until you read the Bible. No, you can speak to someone. Mm-hmm. You can talk to someone, lean on someone. Now, you can't lean on everybody.
Right. Yeah, you got to be a little selective about
who you going to ask.
Tell all your business to.
And tell all your business. And I prayed for it. I prayed for a spiritual mother, and I love her, Mama Rosetta Frazier. And I prayed for, Stacy Hamlet, like sisters. I have sisters at home, and I love them. But when you walking a walk and you have someone who's a little older, I call them seasoned,
Mm-hmm.
and they can tell you, I've been through that.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, you can go through this, and you gonna see the other side.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all of y'all. Even I call her my older sister, even though I'm the oldest, but she got some gems in her. But as you looking ahead, and personally in your calling, how do you sense God moving forward?
Definitely continuing in this career path. I have those moments where I'm like, this ain't for me no more. I need to find a new career. I'm gonna go work at the Wawa when they open next week. And then the Lord be like, all right,
Can I
are
get
you
a
done?
sandwich? That's all.
Right. Then the Lord be like, okay, are you done? Now go on and continue to serve the people as I've had you to do. And I just want to continue to get better at it because you can always learn. You can always get better. Nobody has reached their pinnacle point to where, they have arrived. I by no means have arrived. So I want to continue to get better, continue to get stronger in my career, in my faith, in my marriage, just in my life period, in my church life. I just want to get better and be that example of God that He wants us to be, so that people will continue to put their trust in me. That, I can go talk to Sister Mia when I'm going through something. I've had a situation and I think Sister Mia might be able to help me with it. Miss Mia, can you show me how to do this? And I'll be able to show them or at least guide them. And those are the things that I love in a day. I love to be able to say that I helped somebody. Even if it was nothing huge, something small. Gave directions. I gave a man directions today. He was trying to figure out how to get to the other side of Lynchburg. And he left, thank you, ma'am, thank you so much. I don't know how, just little things like that. It don't have to be big. And nobody got to write about it. I don't need a banner that says I did this, that, and the third. It's all for me and all for God. So He gets the glory.
So I appreciate you coming today.
Of course.
I love to talk. And if anyone has any questions or anything, we're going to give more information as well as more flyers to talk. You can send questions on our email address. We're going to put that up too. And the new guests, I'm going to keep that. You don't need to know yet. But I'm going to tell you they're going to be powerful and you're going to love it. And I appreciate everybody on the team that came out today. And I appreciate you, and tell your hubby, thank you for coming back again. We love you. So next time, we'll see you next time. I love y'all. Bye.